Project SAMARTH begins with a mind map that unlocks every learner's strengths and leads them on an experiential learning path where ideas turn into real-world action. SAMARTH trains master trainers, upskills teachers, and engages students to create a vibrant ecosystem of digital learning. Student DIY take-home kits and school mini AI electronics labs make learning hands-on and fun.
The SAMART kit. The kit embodies the essence of the project's mission. Powered by the custom designed SAMART development board, these kits make learning intuitive and innovation truly limitless. Interestingly, SAMART kits work both with and without laptops, ensuring uninterrupted learning for every child in every environment. Now, I would request the Honorable Minister to kindly launch the SAMART Innovation Kits. We have the Basic 1, Basic 2, the Advanced Kit, and the School Innovation Mini Lab Kit. First three is the student kits form a complete multi-level learning pathway with over 100 experiments and research options. Next is the School Innovation Mini Lab Kit. A true transformation is an entire innovation lab in a box. Together, they transform learners from beginners into confident innovators. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's have a big round of applause for this momentous occasion, the formal launch of the SAMART and unveiling of its dedicated kit. We now move on to another important part of today's program, the distribution of the kits. These kits have been developed and designed under NILET supervision to ensure quality and durability. Overall, by the end of March 2028, SAMART aims to empower 1 lakh students and 3,000 teachers across 500 schools. As part of this initiative, each student will receive a kit, truly reflecting the spirit of one student, one kit. Every student will be equipped with the essential resources needed to effectively make use of the project. May I request the Honorable Minister to kindly distribute the kits to our selected representatives. May I also request the recipients to kindly come forward to receive the kits. First, may I call upon the schools Rizukre Government Higher Secondary School, Kohima, representing by Meno Sanko. Next, from TM Government Higher Secondary School, Kohima, Humule Kent. Next, from the Government Higher Secondary School, Dimapur. Now, may I call upon the Government High School, Taika, Dimapur. I now call Government Higher Secondary School, Mayang Nokcha, Mogokchung. Next, Government Higher Secondary School, Tuli Mokokchung. Next, I call upon Odimanla Leo representing the Vineyard School. Representing Jirio School, I call Obet Tapa. Next, from Christian Higher Secondary School, Dimapur. And lastly, from Christian Higher Secondary School, Changdongya, Mokokchung. Thank you, ma'am, and all the dignitaries on the dais. It is now our privilege to have an interactive session with our chief guest. This is your opportunity, my dear ladies and gentlemen, to engage and seek insights on topics of relevance. Requesting everyone to ask concise questions, introduce yourself, and maintain decorum so that the session is smooth and productive. Those who are interested in raising the questions, you can kindly stand wherever you are seated. The volunteers will come over with a mic. I now invite the Honorable Finance Minister to take the questions from the audience.
Take the questions. Imagine.
Good evening, Honorable Ma'am. My name is Rebecca Yepto, and I'm currently pursuing my MTech in Cyber Forensic and Information Security, as well as working as an intern here at NILIT. It is great to be privileged. It is so great and to be given this privilege to interact with you, and I am truly honored to be in your presence as you are one of the most inspiring personalities for most of us here, and especially for me as a young woman uh, who see you as my role model. Madam, my question is regarding the financial importance in women's life. As we often hear that financial awareness and financial dependency is essential in general, I would like to ask you what small steps can women, especially in Northeast, take to better understand money and savings? Thank you.
Um, I'm glad this is the first question. I was scared that she'll ask me something about AI. I would have rushed to the toolkit and said, give me something quickly. Um, no, but AI, first of all, please sit down. Before I come to answering you, AI is something uh, which has to be spread like this, which has to be spread like this to students, particularly school students. And it is important that our younger generation feels comfortable in handling AI related matters. Of course, you can always qualify further and further and acquire skills from specialists like uh, the semiconductor related skills that you'll need. And I'm glad, first of all, that whilst Tata's came forward to set up that major state of the art production center of ATMP in Assam. Assam state government and Tatas are doing it. I went only 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, to see that center. It's amazing. And I would like every young person to aspire to be a part of that, each according to their capacity. So that was running in my mind, and I requested Tatas to come to Nagaland because I'm here now. I thought I'll link it up so that a central institute like this place, Neelit, has the advantage of Tatas coming and giving you skills for the semiconductor related world. And if that is available here, irrespective, and I was happy to hear from Dr. Tripathi that he would, I mean, all the trainings are open for all students and it's not reserved only for engineering students and so on. The world is wide open for every child, every school going young person, and those who wanting to enter college, or even those who just passed out of college. So I think it is a brilliant opportunity. And if I have to say this with a sense of, not bad, Northeast, you're doing really good. This is a classic example where, under Prime Minister Modi, Northeast gets every priority, even before any other part of the country gets. NEELIT or institutions of this kind are established all over the country, no doubt. But the partnership with private sector and the flexibility in the courses and the advantage that you get is immediately within the Northeast, you have an opportunity to go see, visit, get an experience, and eventually even qualify to be able to work there in whichever capacity. In that, Northeast is miles ahead of rest of the country. And I think that is only right because the youth here are revving for more and more opportunities. You have the right skill sets, you're ready, you're enthusiastic, you want to do a lot of things, and it is only right that you get it. So that's before I answered her. I'm glad you asked that question because financial awareness is important for women. And it is not something which is new for women in India because traditionally, whichever part of the country be it, women have been the managers of household. They kept their accounts, they kept the money, they knew to prioritize the meager resources for different things about a household, the elders to be cared for, the young to be attended to, schooling and nutrition, and so on. Now, what I suggest and I indicate through this answer is whilst this traditional strength that women had in between, I think because of the various different priorities, uh, all this has thinned out. But now, because of the awareness campaigns that Finance Ministry, Reserve Bank of India, and also the stock markets themselves are building, there is a greater awareness on how women should manage their finances far more with a sense of what's before them, what's available before them, and so on. So in this, a particular aspect is embedded. One is that you are anyway going to have to, in this new world of opportunities opening up, for earning with the little savings that you got better, rather than in a very conservative risk free environment what you earn through small savings and so on. You have ever so many opportunities now opening up. But the embedded matter is women and their empowerment and financial independence for women. Earlier, when we lived as a part of the joint family, which I suppose many people in Northeast still do, the responsibility also gave you the understanding of how much you would control for yourself or your daughter or your elder women and so on. But as I said, all this has thinned out or sort of disappeared from the scheme of things. But in today's world, it is possible that you earn your own money. Although being a part of the family, you will still know how to have your money serving for the family and serving your own personal requirements. So, as much as you should control money, as much as you should manage money, you should also become financially independent, not at the detriment of the family, but to strengthen the family. for strengthening your own cause and your children and your parents' cause. I think you should have. And uh, in that road, let us say, Government of India has launched quite a few things to help women's financial independence. You're not expected to have any security when you want to borrow money from the bank. It is ensured by the Government of India. You can take that money, do your business, earn your profit, put that money back into savings. And when you put that money back into savings, there are accounts through which you get better rate of interest. Other than that, of course, the stock markets are available both for men and women. There are schemes which you can start for your children right from the beginning. PM Vatsalya is one such a scheme where you put little money, it doesn't matter how much. There is no cap, there is no minimum expectation. You should minimum put 10,000 rupees. No, put anything. From the time the child is born till about 18 or 21 or 23, when she or her or the boy gets their own job, then this becomes an automatic conversion into their provident fund account. So the pool is already ready with the trickles that you collect. And then when you go further and you find your job, this becomes your pension account as well. So it starts with a greater corpus, and you tend to earn more because of the corpus, which is, let us say, compared to somebody else who joins this account at the time you and she got the same job or a job in the institution where you went in. She didn't have this back pool, whereas you go in with the advantage of the pool having been built from the time you were born till the time you found the job. So there are so many such schemes from Government of India, which if you're clued into, you are better off because you can put little money and continue to keep saving, which stands by you. Particularly women, it comes in handy at a time when you may want it, some exigencies develop and so on. So one, your financial independence; two, your awareness; and three, keeping yourself glued to the various schemes which Government of India can give, through which you are able to have better earnings from what you save. I don't know if I've answered your question.
Most respected madam, dignitaries, madam, my name is Rishabh Sethi. I'm from Nagaland only, and my family has been here for more than 100 years, madam. Now, I come from Jain community, and my question for today, madam, is, madam, Northeast acts as the gateway to Northeast India, and we definitely, being from Northeast India, we would like to be one of the first, take the advantage of being the first movers into this. So madam, my question was, how does the government think that how Northeast India can benefit and make Northeast India as the hub for innovation and trade, special thanks to this Southeast Asia corridor that is coming up?
I think Northeast has been kept at the center of policy when you're looking at development, skills, investments in Northeast. For first of all, making up for the lack of infrastructure, which was the situation for almost 40, 50 years. I think capacities have been so ramped up that we've bridged the fundamental requirements. Now we are building on the additional ones. But digital capabilities are now, I think, very speedily catching up in the Northeast. That also gives you the advantage when you're looking at connecting to the world through the digital marketing space that is available. So Northeast is being kept top of the priority, and that will continue so that you serve the purpose of Act East being the gateway to Southeast Asia and so on. So that's on. Thank you. But there was somebody who stood up there and who couldn't get an opportunity.
Good evening, Honorable Ma'am. My name is Wabung Dushi. I'm a student at NILIT. Uh, I appreciate this opportunity to be speaking with you. I wanted to ask, with these emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, fintech, and robotics, how can we contribute ourselves to be a part of this digital India?
First of all, let me thank you for taking this approach of how can we be part of it. That's a very big start and a positive start. That's what I look forward to hearing from students. Please sit down. We want to be a part of this. We want to participate in this. We want to contribute to this. What is this? This is the aspiration of all youth of India. They want to see a better India. They want to see a developed India. They want to see an India in which they have participated in building it. That's a very constructive approach, and I appreciate the youth of India, as I want to treat him as a representative, for being very positive. And I'm sorry to have to bring in one element which you probably didn't have in the remotest corner of your mind. I say it with a purpose. I say it with a purpose that today's youth are the ones who have to guide the country, the policymakers, as much as guide your own friends and relatives who are of your age, belonging to the same age group. Because in some parts of the country, I see not all, but some students being very misguided. They get into drugs, they get into bad company, and as a result, the wonderful opportunity that is before you in terms of skilling yourself, in terms of contributing positively to the society, in terms of being a vital force in nation building. And that is the role which is very important and which I see here. And therefore, it will be very important for you all to be as a large team, work together, support each other, be sure that you're giving confidence to one another rather than pulling down one and making you some people become bullies, and that also can impact the psychology of other students. We do not want any of that. We want one to be of help to the other and build capacities among ourselves. That way, the larger spirit, the larger ecosystem becomes positive. You see the opportunities before you. You help one another to access opportunities. And therefore, this generation will lay a very strong foundation for India that by 2047, when you'll be in your, let us say, 30s, you will have an India which you'll be proud of. We have an inheritance which we can be proud of. But we have a today which should be laying the foundation for our future generations to be proud of us. And that's where your contribution is very important. So, thank
BSc Computer Science from first. Also that we can plan our future better.
I was under the impression that the Department of Northeastern Region and the Donair Ministry has a dashboard of sorts in which all fellowships and scholarships which are available is available for you to see and access. I will have to check this. If it is there, that's one big source for you to get information from. Or else I will have to initiate it through the ministry, Department of Higher Education and Ministry of Human Resource Development to see if there can be a portal made available for this purpose.
Good evening, Honorable Ma'am, and respected sir and all the presentees. I am a student of MTech Nanit Kohima, and my question to the ma'am is, nowadays India is moving towards the digital learning, but still rural and remote areas facing connectivity and resource issues. So, what are the fiscal measures or public-private plan to tackle these issues? And what are the roles as a student we play to ensure that the development should reach to each and every village or family of India?
Um, I think this issue was fairly well discussed, and we had a lot of government answering in Parliament as well. That the UFO fund, which is there for digital connectivity to be spread all over the country, is being used rapidly so that you have the connectivity reaching the villages first. Earlier, it used to be villages first. Now it's reaching utilities within the village, post office, school, hospital, panchayat bhavan, and so on. So the fiber network is moving everywhere under the Bharat Net program. And as a result, what is expected to probably be completed in by 29 is getting completed even earlier, much earlier. So once the schools or panchayat offices or the hospitals get connected, the purpose of having digital connectivity for education or health or any other such important community based or impacting the community itself will happen sooner. So that's a work which is happening with great rapidity, I must admit. And together with it, I'm happy and proud to say India developed BSNL, developed its own 4G, it developed its own 5G, and it is already launched in all the parts of the country, the 5G. And I know some work is advancing towards the next generation also. So we are not just looking at getting the cable, optical fiber cables reaching all the villages and schools, but we are also looking at the spectrum sharing and usage of spectrum. Together with this, of course, the telecommunications network, both private and public, whether it's BSNL or private companies, are also auctioned different parts of the world, of the country, for their services to be given. They are also moving to cover difficult or far-flung parts of the country. So those are approached from various different angles, but they are all getting laid on the ground.
Uh, good, good evening, Honorable Ma'am. First of all, we students are really honored to share your presence over here tonight. Um, my name is Marangti Jamir, and I'm currently pursuing my MCA at Nilit Koima. Mm, ma'am, according to you, which industries has the potential to grow the fastest in northeast regions of India, and how we students can prepare for global opportunities?
Well, I think the opportunities are immense, whether it is core industry, cement, or specialized steel, or any such which are important for nation building. Please sit. You have Northeast having every potential of a traditional core industry to come here and set a business. But before that, it's not always the core industries which have to come first, and later on you move to renewable energy or any of these green hydrogen and things like that, and then look at semiconductors, chip manufacturing. Everything is happening simultaneously. Much before your new lime resources of, let us say, Kifre or the rare earths of Kifre are even touched, you have semiconductors who have already come in here. So nothing needs to happen in a sequential fashion. Everything can happen simultaneously. And in Northeast, I think that era has started. You have all that is happening. You have all that happening, and more towards strengthening them is also equally happening. So there's no priority that I've set for you saying, let this industry come, this is likely to grow. Everything is growing equally. And with waterways, multimodal transport that you're building, the traditional challenge that Northeast faced, logistics, movement from here to a port, from here to an airport, are all being bridged so that one big challenge of the Northeast is also being addressed.
In consideration of the time, we now come to an end of this interactive session. We thank the Honorable Finance Minister for taking your time to answer the questions, and we are grateful for the valuable insights shared with us today. I now welcome on stage to deliver the vote of thanks by Daniel Murren, scientist E. Nailet Kohima.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Nailit Kohima, I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose this vote of thanks on this momentous occasion of the launching of the SAMARTH initiative and the exchange of MOU between Nailit and TSET, that is Tata Semiconductor Assembly and Test Private Limited. First and foremost, I extend my deepest gratitude to our Honorable Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Shrimati Nirmala Sitharaman, for graciously sparing her valuable time to be with us today. Inaugurating the Samarth project and encouraging the youth of Nagaland and the northeastern region through interactions to embrace AI, robotics, technology, and digital hardware. Ma'am, your presence and word of grace, word of guidance have truly inspired all of us. And also, regarding the MOU that was signed today, as you have mentioned, we are deeply indebted to you because it was through your initiative when you visited Guwahati last time that this MOU can be signed today. Thanks to you, ma'am, a lot. We are also deeply grateful to our Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland for his continual support and encouragement to Nailit Kohima. We specially place on record our sincere thanks to Shri Kesonyu Yomi, IAS, Finance Commissioner and Secretary to the Chief Minister and Work and Housing and Lotteries, and also Shri Sentiyangar Imchen, IAS Chief Secretary, Government of Nagaland. Even though they are not present here today, we thank them for the invaluable guidance and support in the planning and preparation of today's program. We are equally grateful to Srimati Salhutunok Kruse, Honorable Minister, Women Resource Development and Horticulture Department, Engineer Kropul Witze, Honorable Advisor, Prison, Printing and Stationery Department, Dr. Krekul Hule Yomi, Honorable Advisor, School Education and SCRT, for kindly accompanying our Honorable Union Finance Minister today and for the consistent support and encouragement to Nailit's initiative in the state. Our sincere thanks goes to our Professor Dr. Madan Mohan Tripathi, Director General and Vice Chancellor Nailit, for his constant support, vision, and encouragement in strengthening Nailit's role in emerging technologies and capacity across the country. Our sincere thanks goes to Shri Tim McIntosh, Vice President and Head of Manufacturing Excellence and Operations, Tata Semiconductor Assembly and Test Private Limited, for partnering with us today, which opens a new door for semiconductor ATMP skilling and employment opportunities for the youths of Nagaland as well as for the youths of Northeast. We also would like to place on record our appreciation to the officials from the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, dignitaries from the Government of Nagaland, representatives from the Army Educational Corps, and our distinguished guests for gracing this occasion and encouraging our efforts. A special word of thanks goes to the students, startups, and innovators who showcased their work during the exhibition, as well as the beneficiaries and trainees who have shared their experiences with such enthusiasm today. You are the true ambassador of the SAMARTH spirit. I also wish to acknowledge the tireless efforts of the organizing committee, faculty members, staff, technical teams, security, support staff, and all the unseen hands who have worked day and night to make this program a success. Our thanks goes to the media organizations and press agencies for covering this event and taking our message to a wider audience. Finally, to each one of you present here today, this evening, thank you for your valuable time and participation. We look forward to your continued support as we take SAMART forward and work together to empower the youth of Northeast through technology and innovation. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the conclusion of today's program. Your presence and support have made this occasion truly memorable. With that, I officially declare the program closed. Thank you and wishing you all a very pleasant evening ahead.